All right, hello everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to another stream where today I'll be continuing my playthrough of when I play. I keep it's not even really a playthrough, really. It's at this point, it's whoa, what happened here? Whoa. It's because hold on a sec. What? Why does that look like that? Okay, was it 10 by how many pixels? Hold on, give me one sec. 10, 12. Crap. Okay, hold on a sec. What the hell happened? Okay. All right, I guess that's better. All right, let's start over. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another stream. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to another stream where today I'll be continuing my long-winded shiny hunt for the starter Squirtle that I'm already 2,560 resets in. I didn't get to 2,560 last stream because it was already getting kind of late, and I was delayed so much for the first like half hour of the stream, so I wasn't going to be able to do the entire thing. So I decided to stream a little bit earlier today, so that way I can do that. I can have more time to stream a little bit more and to aim for the next goal, which in this case, let's see what it is. So if we do this, so it should be 2816 encounters or resets today, I guess. So let's go ahead and get started. So for anyone not caught up, I am doing a badge quest. So if you know what that is, then great. I don't have to explain it all too much, but if you are not familiar with a badge quest, then it's essentially just where I have to play through the game and complete all of the big boss fights, so the gyms and the Elite Four, using only shiny Pokemon, and I have to catch a shiny Pokemon before every gym. Now, if I end up getting 2 shinies before one gym, then I can count that towards the gym after. But I must have at least 1 shiny Pokemon equal to the boss number that I'm at. So for example, if I'm at Brock's gym number 1, then I have to have at least 1 shiny Pokemon. In this case, it'll be the Squirtle. If I get to Lieutenant Surge and I have 4 shiny Pokemon by that point, I don't think I'm going to have 4 shiny Pokemon by that point, but if I have 4 shiny Pokemon by that point, then I don't have to worry about catching a 4th shiny until after I beat Erica, who's the 4th gym leader. By that point, I'll have, 1 shiny per gym. And then by the end of the game, I should have 9, at least 9 shiny Pokemon. And I'm not doing any other sort of challenge on top of it. I am strictly doing a badge quest. I'm not doing a Nuzlocke. I'm not doing a no items during battle. I'm not doing anything extra. This is purely just have a shiny Pokemon before every gym. And let's hope that we get the shiny under odds between now and when I get it. I'll be back in a sec. gonna sit here and watch something to keep me occupied for the next couple of hours, 2.5 hours. What's up, Fabled Phantom? Just saw your chat there. Welcome, welcome. I was on the other night. I just before that I hadn't streamed for like 2 weeks. Just about. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change up how I or like what I'll be streaming, because there's something that I haven't done in probably almost a year now that I've put aside, that I'll probably alternate between doing this and doing that. It's been centuries. Well, there was a point in time where I didn't stream for like a few months, but I don't know when it was you were here last time. It was probably months ago. But yeah, it feels a lot longer than that for sure. But what I'm probably gonna do starting next week, and I'll probably save it for, I'm not sure what day I want to do. Probably Thursday. What I want to do is get back into doing my Dynamax Adventure Shiny Hunt, because or the challenge anyway, because I haven't done that since about this time last year, and I'm still at like 30 hours, like 30 hours in, or 35 hours into the challenge, and it's supposed to be 100, so you can only imagine. Look, one bird can't. Oh my god, dude. Back at it again with the puns. Like, one bird can't make a pun, but two can. Oh man, I miss the puns. It's good to have you back. Good to have you back. That one I haven't heard of, but that one's a good one. But yeah, I wanna get back into doing my Dynamax Adventure challenge. I'll probably, I don't know if to do it not Monday, sorry. I don't know if to do it Tuesday or Thursday. That depends. Let me see what my work schedule is like. It says can't ever have a Nexus stream without the puns. We miss those around here, so we gotta have them. We can't not have them. Learning, bro. Oh, I don't work on Saturday. Let's go, baby. Okay. Okay, I could probably do Thursday or Friday for that. So I guess I'll start alternating, or at least like every other week, do the Dynamax challenge. Let's see. And I recently got back into Pokemon cards too. A friend gifted me Team Rocket Wobbuffet full art. It's pretty neat. Dude, honestly, good luck with getting back into the TCG, because man, like trying to buy anything right now, I mean, trying to buy anything anytime is always a pain. All right, hold on, give me a sec. All right, let's see. So I forgot the scalpers exist. Luckily, there's a neat card store near me that always keep good stuff. I feel like that's really the only way to go is to, if you know a local card shop, because if you try to go anywhere like a Target or a Walmart or something, your luck is going to be absolute garbage. Or even if you order online too, like that's always a pain. It's like I want to buy packs, whether it's like a booster box or something, just to, like you know, anytime they release a new set, at the very least that every time a new set comes out, so that way I'm at least up to date with some of the cards. But man, it's brutal. So, have you tried out the new Pokemon Champions yet? Well, no, it comes out next week, right? It's not out yet. I don't think so anyway. Is it it comes out for Switch first, right? I think for Switch it comes out next week, but then for mobile it's like later in the year, I think. But I am excited to try it out when it comes out. I don't know if it's something that I will play on a regular basis, and if it's something that I'll stream. I'll probably stream a little bit of it every now and then. It says, you think Pokemon cards are bad? Pokopia is still nearly impossible to get hold of physically. Well, I actually bought the game, Pokopia, a couple weeks ago from I think it was Best Buy, and I got it shipped within like 3 days. So check Best Buy's website. And I bought the game like a week and a half after it came out. So 2 weeks after launch, I waited to get a physical copy. I went to Walmart. They said to come in the morning. Went there at 6 a.m. and nothing. So I was like, no, that's it. Give me digital. Ah, dude, you should have just ordered online instead of trying to get it in store. Because at the very least, you'll be guaranteed to get it. You might have to wait a few days or even like a week or two, but at least you would have been guaranteed to have the physical. Because even initially, I wasn't going to buy Pokopia right at launch. I figured I would have waited a few days for it to come out. But I was like, no, I want to order, or I want to get the physical. I want to make sure that I can get the physical copy, not just like where I go to GameStop or Target or Walmart, you know, go to their websites, or even Best Buy, and the only option is digital. And then Best Buy was like the second place I checked. I checked GameStop, they didn't have it on their website. but Best Buy was the one that had it physical, and I ordered it, and it came within 3 days. Funny part about it, as soon as I went digital, it immediately got in stock everywhere too. Yeah. Are you still gonna try to get the physical one, or are you just gonna keep the digital one? Or do both, just so you can have the digital one? Because that would still be a lot of money. But yeah, I would have just waited. Or just ordered a physical copy. So we know it's that thing where you feel like I should play the game while it's still hot. I mean, the game's gonna be... I feel like the game's gonna be pretty... like pretty consistently... what's the word? It'll still have a lot of content coming out and players playing and things like that. Because it has been getting a lot of good word of mouth, and it's I think it's like the highest rated game on is it what website, Metacritic or one of those websites, or I don't think it's IGN. Actually, it's the highest rated Pokemon game on whatever website it was. Oh, I'm still gonna get the physical, probably out of spite, but the game and so the card keep in the case. So I buy the game and sell the card, keeping the case. I mean, I guess. I feel like you can probably find the case off eBay. In general so far. Yeah. I'm still a little bit into the game. Like, I'm still in the first area, but one of my coworkers was telling me, he goes, dude, just play through the story, and then like have fun with it afterwards, because you'll get like abilities or like power, or like certain moves that you can use that'll make things a little bit easier and better. So I'll probably work on that like on the side. I could probably even stream that too. Cause I want stuff to stream, you know? See, this is what happens when you try Game Freak, keep at it. Yeah, when they really put in the effort, then you get a pretty good. I mean, even though technically they didn't develop it, it was the other studio that developed it. And they were just sort of like the producers, I guess. Because it's still not technically their game. Let me see if I look it up. Wait, hold on one second. Let's see. Okay, I guess it is. Huh. I thought it was that other studio. The social simulation game co-developed by Game Freak. Okay, Koei Tecmo is the company I was thinking of. Okay, Omega Force, yeah. And Koei Tecmo's Omega Force. Okay, so it was a joint, like, development. Okay. It says, I made a whole treehouse city in the first area with inclined wood and bridges connecting many platforms. I just need to add some waterfalls falling from each platform. I don't know if I would ever go that deep into the creativity and building of structures like that. I feel like that's that's a lot to do. I would probably make the first area more of like a proper like little village with a few like buildings, some farms and things like that. But I don't know if I would go all out like building a whole like treehouse type thing. But that sounds pretty cool though. I'm not a fan of the crafting though in the game. I feel like the crafting, or not crafting, sorry. Not crafting. I meant to say the building. Like when you place the blocks. I feel like they could have done a better job at letting you place blocks a little quicker than how it is. That or maybe I haven't learned a technique or there is a way to make it go a little bit faster, but I like that you can break things fast. It's just that placing blocks are the tedious part. I believe in you. Yeah, I wouldn't do any of that at all. I'm never gonna build a complex village. It'll be very simple and humble. I just gotta decide when I want to kind of stream the games though, because I have so much stuff going on, like between editing videos and between going out and making videos and wanting to get through this challenge as quickly as possible. Like it's all just a lot. He says that and he knows he might even make a whole Hyrule Castle in a few weeks. No. I mean, even in Minecraft, dude, I don't even do that sort of thing. Like even if I do, not to the same level of detail, but if I were to make something a little bit more complex, it might take me like a few weeks to do that. Or by playing a couple hours a day. So I can fine tune certain things. But it would still come out looking very simple. In fact, I first thought of making my own lavender town. So make a whole lavender or was it a Pokemon tower? Or no, what is it? It's a Pokemon tower, right? Yeah, Pokemon tower. And then you have to put the Cubone habitat with the grave, the tombstone, on the 5th floor, of course. Or is it 6th floor? I can't remember what floor it was. Maybe it's 4th floor. Or just okay. See, that's 2nd floor. 3rd floor, 4th floor. It's probably the 4th floor. Yeah, I think it's the 4th floor. I'm also surprised they added Gale of Darkness. Yeah, you know that was the one thing too that I was not I wasn't understanding of why, or let me rephrase that. I was very confused as to why they decided to put Gale of Darkness first. It's a bit confusing. I don't know if it was some sort of strategic thing where there's a reason why they decided to put Gale of Darkness first. I doubt it, because it's not like those games are going to connect with Fired and LeafGreen, or when they release the Gen 3 games at some point in the future. These are going to be there's no connectivity. You can't trade Pokemon between the GameCube games and these games. It's just not going to happen because of that. So their decision to put to put Gale of Darkness first makes no sense, because the story is direct continuation of Colosseum. New players wouldn't get much if they have never played the prequel. Yeah, to me that makes no sense. Actually, well, a few months ago, I haven't played it since, but a few months ago, I started doing a playthrough of Colosseum, like a physical copy of Colosseum. Where? There it is. Took me a while that took me a second to find it, but yeah, I bought this game sometime last year, or the year before. No, I think it was sometime last year. And I was going to continue recording my gameplay. Okay, yeah, I was gonna continue my gameplay at some point in the near future, but I just haven't done that. It says, I'm still trying to get a good price Colosseum myself. Physical, I once missed out on a Gale of Darkness edition GameCube on Marketplace, which was going for 90. That's not bad. Like 90 bucks for Gale of Darkness is not bad, considering that even now they're going for like 150, 200 bucks. If you want complete in box, not including the bonus disc, which is another thing. That's like the same price alone, the bonus disc. So you're looking at around 300 bucks if you want everything. And I think for this Colosseum, I paid like, I can't remember. I think I paid like 150. Let me see. That's the strategy guide. Damn, did I buy it that long ago? No, there's no way. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, never mind. I paid 200 bucks for it. Yikes. That's funny. This is the game, but the GameCube edition of that game. Not the game. So no, not the game, but the GameCube edition of that game. Wait, what? Oh, GameCube edition. Oh, got it. Okay, I read what you said wrong. There is a GameCube edition of like a GameCube design. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, but I have a copy of a Pokemon box that I bought a while back. Did I ever tell you that story? I don't remember if I ever told you that story. It says, yeah, it goes for 500 to even 1,000 easily, depending on its condition. The GameCube goes for that much? What the hell, man? Dude, people really do be upcharging for this kind of stuff. My God. Did you hear that they're raising the price? Are they raising the price? I thought they weren't doing that. I know the PlayStation did. Well, here it says price hike expected. Price drop was a warning. The Nintendo Switch 2 price rise warning from former company lead. Huh. I hope that doesn't happen. It's like consoles are supposed to get cheaper, not more expensive. It's insane. And then Sony's reason for increasing their prices, I think they said something like, it's so that way they can put it towards higher quality stuff, like higher quality gaming and higher quality development, or whatever the hell they said. That's bullshit, because they are probably losing a lot of money on, or not losing a lot of money, but they're having to spend more money to get the components that they need to manufacture PlayStations, and to offset the cost they have to charge more. Let me see. And yet Game Boy Advance and other such consoles are getting more expensive. That's also true. Just everything in the secondhand market is so expensive. getting much more expensive now. That's why it's always a good idea to buy. Well, I mean, for a lot of the stuff that I've bought over the years, I bought them before they got too expensive, even though they were already kind of expensive as they were. But when something new comes out, always try to buy it at retail, because then you end up getting screwed if you decide you're gonna wait a little bit to see if the price goes down. No. At this point, the prices are never gonna go back down. And even if they do, it'll just go back to the original price, because when a $700 or $650 PlayStation goes on sale, it'll probably be $500, which was the original price. So it might look like a deal, might feel like a deal, but in reality, you're just paying original retail. Apparently, Wii U is now considered vintage. I can kind of see it. It's been 13 years, but I feel like 13 years isn't enough to be considered vintage. If you want to consider vintage as not being supported anymore, sure. But I wouldn't consider the Wii U vintage yet. It's outdated, I'll say that, but not vintage. To me, something is vintage when it's like over, I don't know, over 30 years old, probably. Which means the N64 would be now vintage. Which is crazy to think. See, remember when life was simple, being a young kid, going to the store and choosing a game by how cool the cover art looked, and being around no more than 40 to 50. That was I would say it was a great time, but I didn't play games necessarily throughout that era. Like I played mostly the Wii. And yeah, you know, games were like around $50, I would say, 40, $50. But since I didn't play Xbox or PlayStation, or modern Xbox and modern PlayStation at that time, I wouldn't know what it was like looking at, you know, all three of the consoles. And online services were free. Yeah. Was online always free for Xbox? I want to say that you probably had to pay, or maybe for the Xbox, the original Xbox, it might have been free, and then the 360 introduced the subscription. I know PlayStation was free for up until like pretty late. Like I want to say like when the PS4 came out, they finally decided to do that, or sometime during the PS4. That's how I discovered Fossil Fighters, such an underrated fun DS game. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that game before. I will say though, N64 games, there were a lot of them out there that were already like retailed at 60 plus. So I'm going for like $80 almost, $100. And this was in the 90s. This was in the late 90s. You know, that's one thing that I've always wondered about what gamers like what their opinions are on game pricing, because people complain that, oh yeah, $70, $80 is too expensive for a game. Yeah, but there were games that came out 30 years ago that were just as, if not more expensive. Now, adjusted for inflation, those games that came out 30 years ago that were priced at between $60 to $90 would be at most well over $100, $130 probably. I'm under the opinion that I'm surprised that games haven't gotten expensive yet. Because I mean, I would think that even the average game back then was like $30 to $40, but even then, adjusted for inflation, that would be close to what we have now, maybe a little bit more. But then again, you know, $60 for a game now was like $30 for a game 30 years ago. And it was the $80 games 30 years ago that are like $100 plus games now. But they were still expensive. I've got about 20 more resets that I'm gonna do. Speaking of Xbox, I picked up a Mint 360 Slim with a copy of Blue Dragon. I always wanted to try that game out. Loved its anime series growing up. I've never heard of Blue Dragon. And I'm trying to get into anime, so I can probably add that to the list if there's an anime you said, right? Yeah, let me see. Blue Dragon. I have never heard of this before. Blue Dragon. That's what the katakana says. Blue Dragon. Dragon. I mean, this definitely looks like a kid's show. Dude, this show only lasted like 2 years. Okay. Blue Dragon has the same style as Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Quest, mostly Dragon Quest inspired. It's a fun RPG about a group of kids who summon monster partners from out of their shadows and fight. Interesting. Shadow wielders. I guess I gotta add that to the list of anime to check out. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a whole list of anime shows to watch and movies. I'm trying to get into Studio Ghibli a little bit more. I saw Princess Mononoke when it came out last year for IMAX, and I bought a few of the steelbooks for the movies, the Blu-ray steelbooks. Dude, some of those are very expensive. Like the ones that I did buy were no more than like $40 each. But oh my god, when you get into some of the like very lesser known, less popular ones like Castle in the Sky. 250, bro. 250 for a steelbook of Castle in the Sky. My god. And then The Cat Returns is like $400. Like, what the hell, dude? And one of the other ones was I don't even remember. Let me see. I have it saved here. So The Cat Returns, yeah, like 300, 400. Whisper of the Heart, 250. Grave, okay, that was the other one. Grave of the Fireflies. And keep in mind, I bought sealed ones that still had the back cover on it, like the piece of paper that has like the information of the movie on the that's sealed within the wrapper. It's not actually attached to the steelbook. So I'm getting the complete sort of like complete in box. Hopefully none of them have been like hope that none of them have been resealed. And a lot of them were like $30, 20, 30, $40 for like Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, which I know came out a few weeks ago for IMAX. My Neighbor Totoro, all of these, Princess Mononoke, were, you know, all of these were like $30, $40 for the steelbook. But oh my god, $400 for Grave of the Fireflies is ridiculous. It says, I've been catching up with One Piece since the anime shall resume on the 10th this month, I believe, which is also my birthday. I'm also trying to watch like One Piece is on my list, both the anime and the live action. And number 2, happy early birthday. No, I don't want to give a nickname. But I have a crap ton of stuff here. I've got, so this is in no order. Like I'm not gonna watch these in the order I listed them in. This is just in the order that I thought of the anime, and that I came across other anime. So there's One Piece, Sailor Moon, JoJo's Attack on Titan, Death Note, Dragon Ball, Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, however you want to pronounce it, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, One Punch Man, Bleach, Demon Slayer, and then someone recommended this one, Yu Yu Hakusho. Another friend recommended this one, and it's one I've seen clips of, which is Inuyasha. Then there's Detective Conan, Let's Nupu Nupu, Ghost Stories, which I've seen clips of that show, and oh my god, the English dub is hilarious. They did not give a shit. Soul Eater, Golden Boy, Chainsaw Man, which I think was another recommendation, Hajime no Ippo, which is one I saw the other day, which I think is more of like a, is it like a slice of life thing? I think, I know it's like a boxing one, but like a slice of life kind of boxing one, I guess. And then there's Your Lie in April, which I came across from a clip on Instagram. So Your Lie in April, or I guess in Japanese it's a Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso. Hope I didn't butcher that. And then Now Yours, the Blue Dragon one. See, so far I believe One Piece is currently my favorite. The story is just so fun and unexpected. Also, thank you. You're welcome. The anime, I mean, I'm hoping that with a lot of these anime, especially some of the longer running ones, like One Piece and like I know One Piece is like over 1,000 episodes. Naruto has like 10, 12 seasons or something like that. I can't remember exactly how much it was. What else? Dragon Ball. I know there are a few Dragon Ball seasons or different series. I'm hoping to enjoy a lot of them. Like Dragon Ball, I watched like a few episodes as a kid, but I don't remember anything. I remember characters, but that's about it. I don't remember much of the plot. I've been watching through the Pokemon anime, of course, on and off for the last few years. There was a point where I started sometime before COVID. I got to like Diamond and Pearl, I want to say, like somewhere in the Diamond and Pearl arc. And then I stopped watching it for 2 years, and then I forgot where I left off, so I decided that I would just start over. And this was after COVID, so like 2020 or 2021. And now I'm at X, Y, and Z, I believe. That's the 3rd season of the Kalos arc. And I'm trying to catch up on that, so that way I can finally catch up with Horizons, like to get to Horizons. I've got 10 more resets I'm gonna do. And Bleach being my 2nd favorite with the cool fights and characters. 3rd being Blue Dragon for nostalgic purposes. Okay. Yeah, Bleach, I know it's a more like serious one, I guess. I don't know what it's about though. I just know it's a little bit more serious in tone. And I think there was another thing I was going to say too. Oh, you know, I don't know if this is an anime. Whoa, what happened here? Okay. See, I could be wrong. Let me look this up. Okay, it is an anime. Well, it's a manga, but I think there was an anime. So it's called Zatch Bell. I remember seeing like ads on YouTube for it. I don't know what this is. Let me see. Let me go up the anime. Manga anime. Known formerly by the Japanese title Konjiki no Gash Bell. Golden Gash Bell is an anime based on the manga series. The television revolves around the eponymous character Zatch Bell, a Mamoru who, along with human partner Kiyo Takamine, partakes in a tournament that will decide the ruler of his realm. I have no idea. I'll probably add it. Why not? And if you have any anime recommendations, let me know, because I want to add what I can to my list. So the series aired in Japan from 2003 to 2006, 150 episodes. The English dub of the series was released in the era. Is it the same 150 episodes, or? Except for the first 4 episodes, the 3rd season was not dubbed in English by Viz's parent company, Shogakukan. Okay, I'm assuming then the other episodes were then dubbed by another company. Let's see. Fair and Beyond, A Journey's End is a type of anime, has a good way of being both a cozy, also tense anime. At the same time, concept of a story that goes beyond the party, saving the world from Demon King. Okay. So let me add that. Let me see. Freyren? Beyond. Okay. Freyren. Beyond Journeys End. Okay. So that's 27 so far that I have on my list. I feel like for when I watch these anime, depending on how hooked I get on the anime, I may like alternate between like watching a couple seasons of one and then watching like another season or two of another one, just so that way I can get through all of them, or like get like bits and pieces of some of these within a period of time, instead of just focusing on one and then moving on to the next one. Like I don't want to start with one piece and then wait until I finish, or wait until I catch up to the show to where it's currently at, just to move on to the next one, you know. So I also am going through the old anime cartoon based shows too, such as Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic. Actually, you know what? That's another one. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh. Because I also watched like a few episodes growing up. And then Sonic X, is that what I think it is? Okay, it is what I think it is. And then, oh, there's another one I just thought of too. Ah, okay, never mind. Maybe do that. That's interesting. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay, let's see. Kirby Right Back at It. Right Back at Yeah is also another cute show that stays loyal to its game counterparts with a fun series of episodes with a cool original finale. Alright, hold on, let me see. Go Focus was Go to channel with those shows back in the day. Yeah, that was one thing that I didn't watch a lot of either, but I know that was like peak cartoons and anime. I mean, Pokemon was, or in English, was dubbed by 4Kids Entertainment, so, or a lot of those shows were actually. See, Kirby Right Back at Ya. I gotta look that one up too. Kirby Right Back at Ya. A 100 episodes. Wow. Let me see. This is, I'll use my frying pan as a drying pan. Oh, Brock. What a line. Dude, the 4Kids dubs were the best. The jokes. The real world references. I think one of my favorite ones, some of the ones that I can think about off the top of my head were like the jelly donut ones. I remember from one of the movies, I want to say it was the second movie, the Pokemon the movie 2000, where they, or maybe it was the first one, where one of the characters, I don't know if it was Misty or Brock, said something about Vikings, and Ash was like, Well, they mostly come from Minnesota. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. What a thing to say. Said James is my favorite though. He has all the cold based lines such as "Let's send those whiny women back to the Dark Ages where they belong." Yes, that was a good one. Let's send those whiny women back to the Dark Ages where they belong. What a line. Yeah, the James's voice actor was amazing. I think he died sometime last year, a couple years ago. It might have been last year, because I think he was the voice of James, and I want to say he was also Brock, but I didn't even know. I didn't even know Minnesota existed in the Pokemon world. Because it's one of those things that you hear and it's like, oh, that means that this exists in the Pokemon world. It's like with the studio that was in charge of the anime itself, where they put real fish in like the early seasons of the anime, like especially in like season 1, that they put actual fish, like generic fish, instead of like Magikarp or Goldeen during that time. So it's like, oh, actually, like real non-powerful creatures exist in the world of Pokemon. Because in the world of Pokemon, all of the animals are Pokemon. Like, it's not where you have Pokemon and then non-Pokemon creatures. Every living creature is Pokemon, like is a Pokemon. So I used to think Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! And James had the same voice actor. I mean, I haven't seen the anime, but if it's the same voice actor, then yeah. And of course, we can't forget the voice actress that voiced Misty and Jessie. That she also died like. No, I think she was the one that died in 2024. She was the one that passed away then. And then the voice actor for James was sometime last year, I think. So there was a clip. There was also a clip in the first seasons where they showed a whole a mongoose. Oh yeah, with a worm in its mouth or something. No, it wasn't that it had a worm in its mouth. It was just a generic mongoose, and it was supposed to be like a. I don't know what it was used for. I don't know if it was something to do with Arbok. Like it was like this little like scenario in the head of whoever was thinking about the mongoose, because Zangoose didn't exist at the time. Let me see. Yes, it was an Ekans that it was an Ekans or it's a photo or like a frame from the show that was an Ekans wrapped around a regular mongoose. Which is that right there. There. Oh, there it is. Korg is also one of those goated characters in the anime. In the Darkrai movie, Rock's equivalent stops a Draco Meteor from Dialga. I don't remember that, man. I haven't seen that movie in a few years. Because going through the anime, I'm also watching the movies whenever it was that they aired. So whenever they would have taken place, like somewhere in the story, but I think the next the next one is the Magirna movie, if I'm not mistaken. Like the next one I have to watch is the Magirna one. I'll have to double check that. Actually, I can probably double check that right now. Let's see. Genocide, the dancing, the destruction, Hoop and the Clash of Ages, Volcano and the Mechanical. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I remember the last one I watched was Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. Like some of these movies, dude. But then, yeah, Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. That's the one with Magirna. Let's see. There was also a moment when Brock was simping over Cynthia and Krogan was about to poison jab him before getting one glance at her and stopping being like, understandable, I'm gonna let you have this. Yeah, because Cynthia's like, I can handle myself. Now the anime is just too, like it's too Y7 rated. It's not like where you can take like a couple of like little jabs at these jokes. This is why we need for kids to dub again. All right, I'm going to head out for the evening. I've already hit my goal of 2816, but I'll be back next week. I have a few days where I can probably do it. So between Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I could probably stream a couple times. I think for the next stream, though, I'm going to do the Dynamax one because I haven't done that in a while, dude. I might end up doing that. Or if not, maybe I'll do it for Thursday, and then just do this, do the shiny hunt on Tuesday. So yeah, we'll play it by ear, but at least for sure Tuesday I'll stream, and then I'll decide Thursday or Friday if I'm going to do the Dynamax. If possible, I might do Thursday and Saturday for the Dynamax, but we'll see. All right, let's see. I only watched the anime till Black and White, but I heard X and Y season was one of the best. I think those are some of the better, more recent ones. I've enjoyed X and Y, like that arc, because that's where I am now. I've enjoyed the arc a lot better than the second half of Black and White. I'll be honest. For the most part, Black and White was meh, but X and Y, it's a lot better. The animation was really like cranked up when they started doing that season or that arc. But look, Pokeflix, that's a good website to use. I think it's just pokeflix.com. What is it? Pokeflix.tv. Sorry, Pokeflix. So POKEFLIX.tv. That you can watch all the shows and movies, even the spin-off shows, and like they have like the spin-offs. Let me see. I think they're under like Chronicles or specials, under specials. If you go to specials, you get like the Pokemon Origins, Paldea Winds, Hisui and Snow, Pokemon Evolutions. Oh no, Pokemon Generations, not Origins. Oh no, they had Origins, right? Yeah, Pokemon Origins, Pokemon Generations. Like they have everything there. Even the Pikachu shorts, Mystery Dungeon specials, and then other stuff. Pokemon Chronicles, that's another one. That was good. But yeah, if you want to catch up on the show, definitely go there. Pokeflix, and you can even create an account so that way you can kind of keep track of what you've watched. It's not bad. It's free. So far, I've had no issues with it over the last like 7-8 years that I've used this website to watch Pokemon. 9 years, so I would do it. You know what's wild? Ash never knew who Giovanni properly was, even though he faced him only once. Yeah, he only faced him once, and then there was that whole rumor that Giovanni was actually Ash's dad this whole time. But then there was that Chronicles episode where there was a guy that was kind of hinted at being Ash's dad. Giovanni supposedly being the big main bad of the anime since the beginning. Yeah, he didn't have much of a presence, but I feel like he could have had more of a presence. But the anime, you know, the writers wanted to do what they wanted to do, so I can't really blame them too much for that. But yeah, Pokeflix, check it out. Very useful. All the shows, all the movies, all the spin-offs. Definitely check it out. All right, I'm gonna go now. It was a pleasure having you here, Fabled Phantom. If you want to join in on my streams next week, feel free to do so. I'll probably stream in the evenings for any time that I do stream, so it'll be like after 7 o'clock probably. So I look forward to seeing you there. So let's see, shall I give more puns next time? Yes, come with a couple more puns, and then we'll enjoy the stream a little bit more.